Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's make some bloom ornaments today. Never made a bloom in this mold, but I love blooms, so I'd love to see some on the tree. And I think that's all I'm gonna make is 5. I think that's all that's all I have enough for. So what we're gonna do is we'll turn it this way. Try to get our bubbles out. Terrible lighter. 2 drops of Eder Art. Oh, it's a bubble. Watch your bubbles, because that wouldn't be a full drop if a bubble went in. Get this mixed up. I do know I want to put stones in the middle. Okay, here's some stones. Let's get our white in this piping bag. Well, I guess let's do some colors first. I'm going to do turquoise by Decorom. I'm going to do these all the same, all 5 of them. Blueberry by Decorom. Oh, it got everywhere. Fuchsia by Decorom. Oh, I left out this one. My stones. Well, maybe I should stir it and then put the stones in. I'm gonna try not to touch the bottom of the mold because I don't want to mark it. But I can tell I'm accidentally touching it. Nothing crazy. I don't need a bunch of stones, just a few. Hopefully I can get them in the middle. I think I'm gonna add some more of the fuchsia because I like it. I think it's very pretty. I should have done that there too. Well, heck. Okay, I think that looks a little better. I was trying not to go too close to the middle. Can I get this in our piping bag? I'm using Nick Pro resin. It comes super fast off Amazon. It's a reasonable price, so I like to use it a lot. And I usually go with the resin that's the best deal that I know will bloom nice. So that's how I roll. Okay, please cut this. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Oh, okay, it cut. Blow these off and torch them. This is just a mold I got off Amazon. But it's gonna be super easy. You can't get easier than that. And if you're shaky, even better. Because then no one will know it wasn't on purpose. You know, I didn't double check and see if my stones were in there good either. So right in the middle, you know. So make sure you do that. Now, we are going to pull these through in the exact same spot. So on the side right here, straight over the top of your stones. Just like that. I was gonna put this in the curing machine, but this big mold wouldn't fit in there, so that's why I did not. We'll see how that works. But you definitely have to torch after you make your lines, because it will, you know, you'll make bubbles doing that, so. Okay, I'll let this cure and I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, we're gonna add it back to this. There's some turquoise deep for Liquitex. Doing 4 droppers. I'm also gonna add in some interference powder by Let's Resin, the blue. Mix some of this in here. A little bit of the berry by Eder Art. Sorry, blue, not berry. I don't know why I say berry when I see that. Okay, I'm gonna mix it up over here so I don't get powder everywhere. I think I might add a little black just to make it a hair darker. I'll see how a couple drops do. Okay, it's a very pretty color. So let's get that on here. It's so weird, these circle molds. I'm not used to them. Okay, see you soon. Okay, once again, I didn't have my video on. I was just talking away and getting ready to end the video, and I was getting ready to push stop, and oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Oh, I'm glad I didn't finish these up and do everything I was gonna do to them. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, let's look at them. Let's act like I just demolded them all out. I love them. I think they're amazing. Love those. Oh, they're so cute, and they all match. I love them very much. I think they're so beautiful. Sweet. You guys like those? I'm gonna make these into ornaments in a few minutes. Well, a minute for you. It's gonna be a while for me because I'm gonna make some more blooms real quick. Same kind, but just different color. But look at that. I love how the blue and the pink are in the petals. Isn't that super cool? I love that. I think that looks just amazing how it does that. So beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna make some more. We'll come back and turn these into ornaments for the tree. See you soon. Sorry, that's my dryer. Trying not to let it sidetrack me. Or laugh. All right, guys, see you soon. Okay, guys, let's get a back layer on here. I don't know if I said earlier I was using Nick Pro resin. Get this in there. I don't know if I showed you earlier. It's the glitter violet, blue, and green. Put 1 drop in. Turquoise in this one. Yellow in this one. Fuchsia. Purple by Let's Resin. Blueberry decorom. And this was Azure Blue by Let's Resin. I got pretty similar colors, didn't I? And over here, Latte. I'm still gonna put some layer here. Just because. Maybe I should start at the outside because it was hard getting close to the edge. Wow, I shouldn't have done that. What I'll have to do is run that. See how I run it into each other? Okay guys, I think they're gonna be okay. I'm hoping anyway. I'll cover these up and I will see you later. Bye. Okay guys, let's check these out. No, I'm not gonna put it back on them. I colored back. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that. How beautiful. I just love when they have the lines in them from color. Ah, oh, gorgeous. Do you see that sparkle from the marabou? Oh, gorgeous. I love them. Beautiful. Oh, that yellow is gorgeous. Ooh, the turquoise. I love the 2-layer. I think it's amazing. Now for the latte. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, these are gonna be amazing. I love them so much. But I don't love that they're not super shiny. So, what I think I'm gonna do, and they're a little rough, I think I'm gonna try out my new Let's Resin electric sander and polishing machine. Oh, aren't those awesome? Gonna be awesome hanging on the tree. Ooh. My husband's like, I want some clear ones. Well, I think these are awesome. I love some color. But, okay, I made some clear ones. They're beautiful though. I agree, they're beautiful. Here is the Let's Resin little tool. I've got it charging right now, so when it's ready, we're gonna check it out. See you in a minute. Okay guys, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of the machine. It comes in this box right here. But you have sanding pads, different sizes, very awesome. You have a wall cord, so you can plug it in and use it that way if you want to use it electric and not have to worry about having it charged up. Just use it from your machine sitting on your counter. You also have the little cordless charging, which I've got going right now. You've got the little buffing wheel that can go on it. You got your little grinding wheel. That'll take off some cured resin for sure. You have these little, this is the 3-inch sandpaper disc, 2-inch one that goes right on your machine. Let's take off this little paper, but this would go right on here. Press that on there. And then you can put your little tiny 2-inch sanding pads right on that. But when you're sanding, you don't want to be pressing on there really hard because that will bog down your machine. And honestly, it will bog down any machine. You know, this is mainly for light, light sanding, not something you're trying to get giant deep scratches out of. This is just surface scratches where the one mold had some scrapes and stuff in it. Now like this one, I should have done more on this one because the mold was perfect. This one's shiny as can be. I don't need to worry about that one. Like on some of these, I noticed swirl marks. You know where I made my swirl? I mean, I guess I touched the bottom. I didn't think I did, but so I'm gonna sand that off and work on the back right here because that is rough. So, first things first, let's put on a little sanding disc. And there's different grits. And I've sanded many things with a regular sander. So it was super cool to get this. But there's different grits sandpaper. This is 500, so let's see. There's more coarse. There's 180. Then you got the really coarse, which is the 60. So I don't need the 60 because I don't need to take off a lot of material. I'm gonna go with, I say 500, but it's 5,000 grit. So I'm gonna try it first. But if you wanna put it in your machine, I'm not going to right now, but there's a little line right here that fits right on here. Snap that down. You have this little piece that you'll lock down. Well, say I wanted to do the edge with the sander. I could do it like this if I wanted to. But handheld is the way I'm going right now. And the suction cups are amazing, just so you know. Okay, it's really easy. All you do is pull that off, put on the new one, fits right in there, push it back on. Ready for my sanding disc. Okay, I had it backwards. I've never used it. This is my first time using it. Okay, press that on there. Boom, done. Turn it on. Hold that for a second. It'll come on. Let's see what it shows. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not. See them 3 bars? Does your battery mode speed. Over here you have the plug-in output mode and the plug-in mode speed. So now what we're gonna do, I've got it set to 1. Boom, there we go. Let's see what 1 will do. And this one does have scratches. Oh, wow, yeah. Nice. I am gonna try a different grit because I need to go a little more than that. So let's try the next one they sent, which was the 200 grit. This ought to do the trick. Peel that off. Put it on there. Here we go again. Ooh, yeah. Nice, look at that dust. Awesome. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah. Sweet. Look at all that dust. Oh, awesome. I'm gonna work on it a little more, but nice. I love that. That's super awesome. And anytime you're sanding or anything, wear a mask. I have a very thin mask on, but it works perfect. So, because you see all this dust, you don't want to be breathing it in. All right, here we go. I could have used the 60 grit if I wanted to. Let me show you how that works. It'll take off some material. I definitely should have probably done this out of my garage. Okay. Pull that sanding pad off. Put this one on. Here we go again. Ah, yeah. Wow. Done. Wow, that is awesome. Look at that. Wow. We can turn that down a little probably. Let's do one. There you go. Have a little more control. You can do it on whatever speed you're comfortable with though. But wow, that's awesome. Look at that. Look what that took off. It took it down to nothing. There's nothing there now. I'm gonna go on the edge now. Turn it back on. Do that little flip. It's always so sharp. Amazing. That's super cool. That's resin. Look at all that material I took off. That is nuts. Wow, that's amazing. Look at me. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, we're gonna take that off. I'm gonna put this down here, out of the way. Let me clean up my little mess and come back and we'll put a top coat on this. See you in a minute. I'm gonna put a top coat on these. I made holes with my Dremel. I made that one giant. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna put this out of the way so I don't get any resin on it. Matter of fact, I'll put it back on the charger. All you do is plug it right here in the back. And you're charging. Now, let's get a top coat on these. I'll make sure these are out of the way in case it drips. Which literally, I don't care if it drips because I'll use the sander to get the drips off the back after it's cured. So let's get some on here. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Awesome. Look at that now. Ooh. Look at that. I love it. I might use my toothpick to make it go to the edge. Okay, little toothpick. Bring it up to the edge. I try to hold my cup still so I can turn it. I've just got one of them little cups underneath it that I use to mix my white in, my pigment. Just bring it all the way to the edge. Nice. I'll torch that in a minute. Look how beautiful that is now. I'm super happy with that. Les Resin, thanks for sending that. That's a super cool machine. I know I'm going to use a sander a little bit on my next project. I've already got it sitting across the table, as a matter of fact. That's when I was going to show you how to use the machine. But, you know, after seeing my bloom, and they weren't shiny, and, you know, I want them to look amazing on the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? And I want to make some for my family and friends. Sweet. Oh my gosh, those are beautiful. Didn't need that much resin on them. I went a little overboard pouring it on there. But that's okay, you know, if it drips over, I'll just sand it off the back. Nice. Those are awesome. I'll zoom in so you can see them. But I'm gonna get these covered up so nothing will float in them. You know, anytime you have animals or anything, you're gonna have little fuzzies or whatever floating around. Plus I use paper towels, so then those little fuzzies are floating around. I did put my resin in the vacuum chamber for a few minutes. Remove the bubbles. Plus when you torch it, that'll help remove the bubbles as well. But I'm looking at this from the side. It looks pretty darn good. I'm gonna cover this up, let it cure. Then I've got some amazing little bows coming. And we'll put some string on these and hang them and put them on the tree so you can see what they look like. But I am so excited. I will see you soon. Bye. I got everything done. Can you see that? Sparkle. So beautiful. Some of these I can't really see sparkle in. I don't know if I accidentally forgot to put it in there or what. So, I don't know. But super happy with them, besides the fact I stuck my arm in them when they were curing. They were super tacky. I torched them to get them back looking semi-okay and left them. I couldn't be more happy than putting a top coat on those. I'm so thrilled. I think they look amazing. And my little bow I added to the string. Glued myself to the string a couple times. There's that one. Anyway, I think they look awesome. I think they turned out amazing. I'm gonna go hang these on the tree and get a picture, and I'll get that posted. I hope you guys have an amazing day and a super Merry Christmas. And I'll see you soon. Okay, you see the lines in this one? It's beautiful. But then you see this one. Whoa.